Hello, and welcome to the Awakening Heart community of Mindful Living Noon Zen-to-go meditation. I apologize that I'm a couple minutes late logging on today. I think YouTube just revamped their YouTube studio view, and I'm not sure it was for the better. It's a little bit hard to navigate to get in, at least on first try. But here we are, and I'm so glad that y'all are here. I would love for y'all to share a check in, maybe your name and something that you're grateful for in the chat box, and I'll go ahead and read it out. Those of y'all in the community, or perhaps those of y'all who are new to the community, probably know that we usually stream from the Dallas Meditation Center. Those of you who facilitate might have seen the email asking for more folks to jump in and help with the live streams that we're doing, because as much as I'm sure y'all love to see me at home on my couch every day at noon, it's nice to see a variety of faces from the community, and I think it's nice to have some of the live streaming coming from the physical Dallas Meditation Center, even though we can't gather there in large groups for the time being, and would be ill-advised to do so. So if you are on the email list, definitely check out that email. Yeah, it would it's nice to get a variety of facilitators. Everybody has a little bit of a different style. And if you don't really click with the way that I like to guide meditation, it's all good, right? Um, let's see if we can get a little more variety and see more of the faces from the community while we're in our little fishbowl boxes, right? So it is Friday, and we'll be doing the usual 10 to 15-minute guided meditation, followed by a short reading, giving you something to think about. And I've had a day. I've had a day today, so I haven't decided kind of what kind of meditation that I wanted to bring to y'all today, if it was anything special. Um, so feel free to put any recommendations, any focuses for today's meditation in the chat box. Otherwise, I think I'm going to keep it simple, keep it centering, um, keep it calming today, because I've spent the whole morning running around. Welcome, Catherine. Catherine is grateful for clean laundry. I like it. I like the laundry when it's warm too. So feel free to add your name and something you're grateful for in the chat box, and I'll read it after our meditation. Otherwise, we'll go ahead and kick off our sitting meditation with our opening affirmation. If you are watching after the fact, or if you're new to meditation, the good news is there's really not too much that you can do wrong. Um, all that I invite you to do is listen along to the sound of my voice, and kind of go along with some gentle suggestions. We're not trying to suppress or eliminate thinking, just becoming aware of what's here right now, for better and for worse, without getting caught up in any of it, so that we don't spend as much of our lives lost in thought, or on that endless social media scroll, right? So that we have the awareness to choose what we want to do at any given moment. And right now, we have the opportunity to sit and to breathe together. And I think that's just wonderful. So, if you know the opening affirmation, I invite you to say it along with me. If you don't, you'll know it for next time. May we and all beings be safe and free from illness or injury. May we and all beings transform our suffering. May we and all beings rejoice in all joys. May we and all beings be at peace. And holding on to that intention, allow yourself to settle into a posture that you feel like you can maintain for the next 10 minutes or so. Something that invites a feeling of groundedness at the same time as it invites an attitude of awareness, staying alert without having to be hypervigilant. And as you check in with the physical body, especially if you're sitting cross legged, with your feet flat on the floor, I'd invite you to imagine growing taller in both directions, growing slightly taller at the same time as you're thinking about rooting downward, finding a solid foundation on the floor, the chair, wherever you might be today. And can you bring your attention to the rolling waves of breath that are already happening in the body? There's really nothing effortful that needs to be done here. Just watching what is, practicing being, knowing. There's some discipline in the practice, actually making the time to come sit. But this doesn't have to be a practice of asceticism. stern or stoic. In fact, with a little bit of discipline sprinkled in, this can become a very joyful practice, a way to cultivate a calm sense of happiness wherever we might be. And breathing in, enjoying the oxygenation, and providing energy to each and every one of our cells. And breathing out, perhaps finding a sense of relaxation, a progressive release of tension with each exhalation. Nothing has to be forced here. That rest, the breath cycle is a very passive process. In fact, it's going on all of the time, whether we're asleep or awake, whether we care to attend to it or not, and with very little effort on our parts. In fact, perhaps the only effortful or active part of this practice is letting go of the thoughts as they come up while we sit. You may find that your attention is pulled by some internal or external distraction. That's just fine. It's part of the meditation too. Whether it's a sound in your environment, whether it's mentally running through your to-do list, know that these are things we can attend to later, if at all. But rather than thinking about squashing our thoughts, all we have to do is bring our attention back to the rise and fall of the chest, the expansion, contraction of the abdomen. And just so our thoughts readily fall away. I'm enjoying a little bit of quiet, so I'll go ahead and allow us to practice in silence for the last couple minutes of our meditation. And I hope you are enjoying a little bit of quiet in the day as well. With one full, deep, mindful breath, go ahead and open your eyes if they're closed. Allow your gaze to refocus, your attention to open up and reorient to the room around you. Perhaps outside if you're sitting outside, like I sometimes do. Thank you so much for joining me for that short practice today. I look forward to this in my day as well. And I hope y'all do too. Tell your friends. We're all sitting at home in our fish bowls anyway. Well, most of us. Ah, yeah. Catherine says the stillness was awesome today. Sometimes the silence gets so nice that it's like I don't want to mess it up by saying something. Um, and I felt like that today, but I never know where other folks are. But it was good. So this is from At Home in the World by Thich Nhat Hanh, one of the books that I guess I get to keep from the library until the library's open again. Um, and this passage actually, or this story, is what changed the way that I describe the golden rule. If you're not familiar with it, most faith and non-faith traditions have heard uh, the phrase "treat others as you would want to be treated." And after I read this passage, I changed the way I say the golden rule so that now I say treat others as they would like to be treated. And here's the reason why. This passage is called Durian, and in it, Thich Nhat Hanh says, in Southeast Asia, many people are extremely fond of a large, thorny fruit called durian, whose smell is extremely strong. You might even say that some are addicted to it. There are those who, when they finish eating the fruit, put the skin under their bed so they can continue to enjoy the smell of it. To me, the smell of durian is horrendous. One day when I was practicing chanting alone in my temple in Vietnam, it happened to be that there was a durian on the altar as an offering. I was trying to recite the Lotus Sutra using a wooden drum and a large bowl-shaped bell for accompaniment. I could not concentrate at all because of the terrible smell. I finally decided to turn the bell over and imprison the durian so that I could continue to chant the sutra without distraction. If you were to say to me, I love you so much that I would like you to eat some of this durian, I would suffer terribly. You may say that you love me and that you want me to be happy, but yet you want me to eat the durian. This is an example of love without understanding. Your intention is good, but perhaps you don't have the right understanding. When you love someone, you want the other person to be happy. If they are not happy, there is no way that you can be truly happy yourself. Happiness is not an individual matter. True love requires deep understanding. In fact, love is another name for understanding. If you do not understand, there will be limits towards your capacity to love. Without understanding, your love may at times cause another person to suffer. I really like that passage and wanted to share it with y'all today because it kind of bounces off a passage by Hamin Sunim that I read a couple days ago. And it's interesting because in uh, his book, Love for Imperfect Things, I think it is, he talks about how when love is flowing freely, we can love our partner, our child, our parents, even if we don't understand why they're acting the way that they're acting or why they feel so strongly about something. Um, and meanwhile, Thich Nhat Hanh says to me that understanding facilitates love because when we better understand why somebody's acting the way that they're acting, it's easier to have compassion for that. And so I don't see those two statements as mutually exclusive. Um, but that's the passage that inspired me to tweak the golden rule. And the example that I always use when I'm talking to people about it is, let's say that I love really, really, well, before coronavirus, let's say that I love really, really big, really loud concerts. Like that's exciting for me. But if you were somebody who liked quiet and didn't like large crowds, it wouldn't be loving for me to buy us tickets to go to a concert together, right? That would be kind of selfish because I'm not thinking about what you want. I'm thinking about what I want. Um, and I try to be more conscientious about that. Um, to to listen deeply and make sure that I give the people in my life what they ask for rather than what I think that they should do, right? Because that doesn't always feel good. Ah, Catherine says this time is always a treat for me. I look forward to this. This is a nice part of my routine now, and I'm so glad that y'all could join. Um, as always, I'll invite y'all to practice Dana generosity during this time. I know that it feels like a time of scarcity for a lot of people. Um, but one of the ways that you can practice generosity is by donating of your financial means to the Dallas Meditation Center, which runs entirely on donations from the community. I don't get paid to facilitate. Um, we are having to get very creative to stay alive during this time when we are unable and would be ill advised to meet in person. You can donate by going to the website in the description below to set up a one time donation of any amount or a monthly donation of any amount. Thank you to the monthly donors. That's really like the bread and butter. Um, because that's a pledge that the Dallas Meditation Center can count on. You can also donate from your phone by texting the word mindful to 44321 if you happen to be tuning in from a phone, and that would be easier for you. Uh, if you haven't already, please subscribe to the YouTube, like us on Facebook, and follow on Instagram because we're keeping up all the usual programming at the Dallas Meditation Center. It's just online, and you want to make sure that that you stay plugged into that so that you don't miss the opportunity to sit together, to carve out time, to cultivate happiness, both for yourself and the people in your life who may be feeling a little bit of a squeeze, who may be feeling a little bit more stress than usual. Ah, so I hope y'all enjoy a wonderful rest of your day. I look forward to seeing some of y'all on Sunday for Awakening Heart Sunday night meditation, a longer talk, and a discussion, 5 to 7 p.m. We'll go ahead and close today with our closing affirmation, and then we can carry that intention and carry the calm that we've created into the rest of our day and into the weekends. Get a little break from the rain every now and then. Hope y'all enjoy it. Countless beings we vow to free, and ceaseless afflictions we vow to end. Limitless truth doors we vow to open. On the deepest paths of awakening we vow to realize. Amitabha. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope to see y'all on Sunday. I hear we have a good talk, and look forward to seeing y'all's faces on Zoom. I'll see y'all later.